is all this month is getting ready for my Valentine launch for both shops. So maybe a romance bag or romantic getaway bag, and I'm going to take something from next week, and it's going to be the heart bunting in romantic colours, and then heart bunting in black gothy colours, so blacks and purples. Let's get some of the colours. So 3 that look like this, 4 of these ones, funny feeling this may be the main, and because I'm short, I've had to live with underwear my whole entire life. They come in a little pack. So we have the 2 main bodies, so the front and the back. We have just in time for Valentine. So it has a pocket at the front. Good morning everyone, how are you? How are we? Welcome back, or welcome if you're new here. If you're new here, I'm Victoria and I run 2 online Etsy shops from this studio here. Record it all, put it all together in some sort of fashion to bring you along with me. On one side of the studio is Scrunchies and Bows, where I thrift materials such as pillowcases, duvet covers, quilt covers, bring them home, give them a good wash and turn them into beautiful hair accessories such as scrunchies, bows, headbands, clips. I love sewing, so good many more things have been added on the shop, and many more things will go on the shop this coming year. And on the other side is my much beloved witchy shop. Everything on there is made by myself, and that is Kack-A-Ling Sisters. All things witchy you'll find on there, such as spells, wheels of the year, witches runes, journal stickers, all things witchy you'll find on there. I recommend having a good look, it's like a curiosity shop. So if you saw my last vlog, I am trying to follow a strict regime or strict routine that I have set myself on milanote. I've organised myself with an inch of my life, and my first week I kind of failed, but I still achieved but failed following the routine, what I had set out. So my first week, so we're in week 2 now, but my first week is all this month is getting ready for my Valentine launch for both shops. And my first week was meant to be just making heart cushions for Scrunchies and Bows, but I got an order for Valentine witchy desk buddies for Kack-A-Ling Sisters, and that was for, I think it was going to be week 4 if I remember rightly on my in the order. So I just moved it around, and then I was hoping to also still keep the cushions in, but I didn't do that either. So today we are doing week 2, and on week 2, let me get my milanote. So on week 2, we're meant to be doing the heart cushions. So the heart cushions with lace, so pink lace, black lace, red lace. I wanted to make up a travel bag, like thing for a romantic getaway. So maybe a romance bag or romantic getaway bag. But I wanted to do it of similar thing as the cushions. And then I wanted to do a broken heart for the people that don't celebrate. So I think we call it Valentine, where I wanted to do a broken heart cushion, so one friend could have one side and another friend could have another, and they could be a team in that. And then if an order come through to make up a love spell and pack one, an order yet hasn't come through, but we're just at the start of week 2, so we'll have to wait and see. However, so when I was doing the witch's hair, I always save the stuff in anyway. This is wool. I saved it for knowing I had the cushions to do, but I don't actually have any more, and that's not enough to make the cushions, and I really don't want to go out, so I'm gonna leave that. I'm gonna swap that. Do you know what? I don't know what it is with these poor heart cushions. I keep putting them a week and a week back. So I'm gonna put those heart cushions one more week back, and I'm gonna take something from next week, and it's going to be the heart bunting. So I think what I'm gonna do is make some heart bunting. So next week we've got heart bunting in romantic colours, and then heart bunting in black gothy colours, so blacks and purples. So I think I'm going to let's do the heart bunting with the romantic colours. Let's do that. I feel like doing that. It's a good job I did this milanote thing, you know. I'm sticking well to it. I'm doing really well. Right, let's crack on with that. Okay, so I've just calculated that I haven't turned my sewing machine on or used my sewing machine in, I think it was like the week leading up to the Christmas market, which was the 29th and 30th of November. Wow. Wow. I think I may have burnt myself out, and that's why I've been in no rush. Burnout is real, I tell you. But I need a piece of paper. I'm going to do these heart buttons. I need a piece of paper to figure out what size I want the heart, to do a heart template. Okay, so I think I want a funky heart. I like that. So I've done little tabs on the end, and these tabs will be for when we attach it, so that it's not actually being attached to the heart. Let's see what material we have left over. So I think what I want to do is like uber small scraps in here. Let's get some of the colours. Do I want them all the same? Let's bring this scrap down. Ooh, lovely. Okay. So we'll start off, I want a plain one like this heart. Okay. Once I've finished cutting out the full hearts, I then cut out half hearts, half of the bottom in this material, half of the top in this material, and then alternate with the bottom for the pink bottoms and the pink tops, so that they're half and half hearts, and then I add the lace after. Okay, so see, I don't even know where I'm going with it. I'm just going to go where it takes me. So I've got my halves and my other halves and my other halves. So they're like a mixture of these. And then I've got my partial ribbon that's going to go in the middle. So what I'm going to do though to reduce bulk is I'm going to underweb and attach these together. I'm going to use my underweb and attach it so it's flatter, and then I will cut the bits off that I need to cut off so it remains flat rather than sew it. I could sew it, but I'm going to have to sew all of them together in the end anyway, so to reduce bulk I'm going to do it this way. And all of the half ones that are mixed, I can have this ribbon on it as well. May even, if there's more, because I do only have this of this ribbon. So I need to underweb this and also turn these because they've been opened, so I need to close them back up. I'm just organising my half hearts now to make them full hearts, and I'll just get them all prepped and done. And I'm taking measurements to make sure they all match. Just underwebbing the ribbon on here, and then I'll give it a cut and trim up at the ends. Once I've done with the half and halves, I then add the interfacing. After the first few, I realised it would be quicker to do the interfacing and put the underweb on and the backing all on at the same time. It's quicker and easier. Okay, so it got dark quick. Well, I tell a lie, it didn't get dark quick. It did get dark quick because it's winter, but I also went out for a drive with the kids because I don't know. So anyway, I have managed to do, so we've got 3 of these, 1, 2, 3 that look like this. All the backs will have the same material on, so it can be double-sided. So there's 3 of them ones, 4 of these ones, 1 of this one. So I'm going to cut up some of these now. I don't know how many to make and how wide to make it, so I'm going to, I would estimate about 1 meter to 2 meters for bunting, but let's have a little look and see where we get to. I'm just adding on some wooden buttons. I feel like they just add a bit more, I want to say antique French, or maybe just a bit more of a cottage vibe, a romantic cottage vibe. I don't know, I just wanted to add them. I'm just laying them out here, trying to work out the order for them to go into. Okay, so we've got them and they're crimped. Let's try and figure this out. So I need to be able to sew by I need to make a bit of like bias binding. I don't know how much to make. Leave 2 inches in between. That's 6. Yeah, that would make sense. But I probably would leave it 1.5. So I'm just putting the bias binding, getting it together now. I added lots of leftover material that I had for the pink. I'm ironing it into place, but I'm not going to sew it. I'm going to leave it open so that I can then put the hearts into it before I then sew it. I'm taking measurements here because I want them to be equal distance all the way through. Okay, so we have a finished romantic bunting. It is really cute. I'll show it you tomorrow in the daylight. I just want to decide whether I want to put... No, I don't think I do. I was going to say decide if I want to put more buttons on it. But I don't. Bunting done. See you tomorrow. Good morning everyone, we are back. So I left off yesterday having done the romantic... I say the romantic colours, but so we are done. So I need to take a measurement of it because obviously I went off my own brain. It took longer than I imagined, you know. I thought I was just going to cut it, put it all together. I did pop out midway, but I don't know. I think maybe I was just taking a bit of a chill time. Anyway, this is the romantic colours. And now I'm going to go with the darker colours to scratch the darker side. So the people that prefer the darker colours. And I'm going to do, so I'll do the heart, but I'm going to do it with black colours or skull. Like, I'm going to look through my material. We want darker colours, and obviously I need to count this because it's going to be as long as this. I don't know if I'm going to add any lace onto it. I will see. Let's pull the colours together and let's see how we feel and how it goes, maybe. Look in here, I so need to clean my windows. Yeah, I'm gonna wait. We are actually in minus temperatures at the moment. It is that cold. I went to sleep with socks on last night. That's unusual for me. I have a thing called hot feet syndrome, so my feet are always on fire. They feel like they're always on fire. But it was that cold last night. I actually went to bed with socks on. So I'll deal with the windows when it starts warming up. I'll do it in spring clean. That's what spring clean's all about. Whee! Let's get these done. So we obviously want a darker theme. The people that like the darker colours. So we have... So I have my material. I'm just going to see now with some lace. I think I'd like it to be a bit more, in and a little bit torn. I have this piece, but I'll keep this to one side. I do need to just look at the lace options that I have. Just count these, see how many I have. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's 13. So I've got my lace. I've picked my lace out. It's quite a cute one. Let's see how much we can get out of this. Funny feeling this may be the main. Although 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20 main. So I need 20 of the main, which I think is going to prove to be difficult, getting 20 out of this. Okay, so we can get 20 out of this. She says as if it's not doable. It looks like it's completely doable. I'm going to pop something on while I do this. This is going to take a minute. See you in a minute. I'm just cutting on my half hearts here. So I'll do half tops with that material, half bottoms with that material. Then I'll do the half tops with the black, as you can see, and then half bottoms with the black. Okay, so they're cut. We've got them cut and at the ready. Now I'm going to stick the bits together, get them stuck together with my underweb. Underweb makes me sound like I'm saying underwear. My underweb. For anyone who doesn't know what underweb is, so I'm very familiar with underweb because I'm short. I'm 5'3", and because I'm short, I've had to live with underweb my whole entire life. It's like a gluey, thin material, and I usually use it to put my hems up off my trousers to lift them up, so I didn't have to sew it. But it's like a gluey consistency, and it will glue material together, but it's really thin. So I will be using this to hold my material together while I sew it. So let me get my material together, and then let's get I've totally forgotten what this is called. The backing on it to harden up. I'll remember it, don't worry. I'll be back. I'm going to listen to something while we do this. And then just the same as what we did with the romantic colours for the hearts, I'm just underwebbing all the half hearts together, and then once I've done that, I then use the underweb to add on the lace. Here I'm just adding on the interfacing, then I'll use the underweb to attach the backing of the heart, and I'll do it all together in one piece. I really did just find this way quicker and easier for me. So coming up, you'll see I really wanted to add some wooden buttons again, but I wanted it to look cutesy goth, cutesy dark, but just the buttons on the black on its own didn't look right. So you'll see me cutting out small circles bigger than the buttons to attach to the main pieces, and then I sew the button on top of the pieces, which I feel really helped tie it all in together anyway. It helped break up the solid black colour, and it helped tie up that solid black, tie in that solid black colour in with the next heart with the black and white bats. It's bats and crows. Alright, I'm going to get them top stitched around and crimped. I'm just going around all of them now and de-threading them and singeing them so that it helps seal it up, seal the thread up before I then crimp it. I'm editing this and I have to giggle at my lips. I know it looks like I'm doing something weird with them, but I'm obviously having a little natter with someone. Someone's popped in the studio and I'm having a little chat with them. And I'm just getting the bias binding ready now to make so that I can then attach the hearts. And learning from the romantic bunting, I learnt my lesson, so what I'm doing is measuring the distances before it goes through the machine and attaching the hearts before, so I'm clipping the hearts in place before it goes in the machine. And it's done. Yay! I don't know which one I prefer, you know. Leave a comment down below if you prefer a certain one. And I'll see you tomorrow. Good morning everyone, how are you? So it's the next day. I have been able to, with the help of my husband because I needed the height, been able to take some product photos. So we have two, one for the darker soles, the darker ones with the lace and the crows and the bats. and then the romantic colours, so with the roses and flowers with the lace. I'll pop some photos up. So the romantic colours and the black lace, dark souls. We've been able to smash that off the list, and I have actually marked them off. The only one I haven't done is a red one, and I'm probably letting myself down a little bit, but I'm not. That literally, I'm only making these ones, and it'll only be one of each, so it can go up on the website. I've got an order, so in the middle of the night an order come through for Sabbath blessing cards. They're altar blessing cards, so as witches we go by the wheel of the year, and they're cards to match those Sabbaths, those holidays, that you can put on your altar, and it has the picture on the front of the relevant picture, and then turn it over and there's a blessing on it, so that you can have that blessing for that holiday and be thankful for that holiday. So there's that. I'll pop some pictures in here, what they're like. Yeah, so I've got that to pack, and then let's see how far we get on, because there's still the make a love spell and packet is still up there, but we've not had an order for that. Usually the reason why I've put it on there is because come January, mid-January onwards, I usually get the orders for the love spells, so it's on there for just in case, but that's not happened. And make a little travel bag. Yeah, so make a travel bag for a romantic getaway, so that's still to do. So I think what we'll do is we'll get that packed and then sent off, because going to America, and then crack on with our day. They come in a little pack. It's all done. So the photos that I got my husband to help with to hang the bunting up, I'm just going to edit them now rather than go straight into a sewing project. Just give myself a bit of a breather. But some of them are quite dark. Good morning everyone. So I think I left off having wrapped some, what did I wrap? I left off having wrapped the Sabbath's blessing cards and ran them over to the post office because they were going to America, so I wanted to just get them out, and said I'd come back, and in actual fact I didn't come back. What I did was stayed editing. Marvin's moving around in his box. I've made him a lovely bed. He's got loads of lovely beds inside, but no, there's an Amazon box that he's currently sleeping in. Yeah, so I stayed in and I edited, and we had dinner, and then we went for another walk along the seafront. It was so cold. And today we've woken up and everywhere in the UK has snow except for here. One place it is just rained. Basically, because I live next to the sea, before it hits the ground, unless it's really, really fast and really icy, it just melts because the salt sea air is just rainy, wet and miserable. I left off saying that I wanted to come in and do a travel bag. It's a romantic getaway travel bag. Like, I'm gonna make it like a tote bag, and I made a tote bag last year. I haven't made one since, so I had to get my Scrunchy bow book out with all my measurements in. I've had a little look and I have my paper here. I've got a whole book, and yeah, I have paper. I need to put it in the book. So I think what I'm going to do is we'll get this romantic getaway bag done. I want to keep within the romantic colours theme. Still got these here. the romantic colour theme. So I think I'm going to stick with that because that's what I want. I made one last year and I absolutely love it and I use it for everywhere I go, but this I want it to be a romantic getaway. So I'm going to use the same colours as I did for the romantic bunting, and I want to put some interfacing. Look at me remembering it today. I want to put some interfacing on the bottom section so that just gives a bit more stability for, actually I may do it for the top as well. Yeah, I think I'm gonna put interfacing on all of the pieces. I figured I'd take you along with me for that. Let's see where we go, and then yeah, I'll meet you at the other side. So this is gonna be the main body. Our pockets, and straps now. Straps are going to be a bit harder. 2 straps. Okay, so the tops, the straps, I was going to say the pillows, the pockets. Let's do the bottom section. Let's see if any of these will work so I'm not wasting. Here you'll see I'm just adding on the interfacing to all those pieces I was saying. So this is the bottom piece, then I go on and add the interfacing onto the top pieces as well. Okay, so we have the 2 main bodies, so the front and the back. We have the bottom, so they are interfaced, they're fairly sturdy. They're ready to go. So I'm just going to sort the pockets now and turn these, yeah, and then do these, the straps. Let's get the straps sewn. No, let's do the pockets first. Let's sew the pockets and then do the straps. Okay, and now we'll do the straps. Always start with the open side. Okay, so we've got the pocket done. Well, they're sewn, front and backs. Let's just cut our threads. Straps. Both straps are done. 1 pocket and 1 strap at a time. Okay, have a little look. I'm just measuring it here to make sure that they're equal distances apart so that the pocket and the straps are in the middle. One side ready. Let's get the next clipped. Right, both sides are in. let's get them sewn. So we're going to sew up let's sew the straps in. So we've got one handle on. Don't know how far through I'm going to get on this because I may need to wind the bobbin up. Alright, both are done. Let's get the bottom bits on. Alright, let's do the bag lining. Okay, I'm going to get the inner stitched. Together and ready. When I was sewing the inner piece, I left a little gap in the side so that I could then pull it all through. And that's what you see me doing now, pulling it all through. the thread. Romantic getaway bag is ready. Let's catch up. So our romantic getaway bag is done. What I'll do is I'll wait for the morning, take some photos. I don't know. There's a little pocket. Square bag. And full lined. That's enough to stash all your bits in to go off on your romantic weekend away, just in time for Valentine. So it has a pocket at the front, pocket at the front, pocket at the back. It's just not very good lighting. I'll take a photo tomorrow and show you. So let's have a little look at our list on milanotes and see how far we've got. Okay, so all that was left this week was to make a love spell and pack one, and sorry, it has just hit me that I have reached all of my targets except for one, and that wasn't my fault. It's because it's not come in. I think what I'll do is I'll make a new love spell at some point anyway, so I could just do that, but I'm not going to do that in this video. So I have hit the heart bunting with black lace for my darker souls that would prefer a darker decor, and we've done the romantic bunting with the romantic and lace for the romantics. We've done a travel getaway, romantic getaway bag, so a tote bag essentially, but in romantic colours. So let's have a little look at what we've got planned for next week. Oh. So for next week, that's planned is a matching makeup bag to go with the travel bag. So a matching travel makeup bag to match that, so you can just slip it in and off you go. Pack a few bits and bobs and off you go out the door. There is the heart cushions, the broken heart cushions. I may just do, it's not a broken heart, it's a heart that's pulled in two, so it could be for couples that are long distance. I need to think more. I think that's why I'm not jumping straight into doing these heart cushions. I'm gonna have to think more about this broken heart thing, because it's not necessarily a broken heart, it's a heart that's just separated. There's going to be two of them, so I may do them as hanging hearts rather than a cushion, so we'll see. So we've hit every target this week except for one, and that was I may do one next week if it comes in. This is usually the busy time between now and Valentine for love spells, so there's bound to be one or two, it just depends. So I've basically put it in nearly every week, because if it comes in, I'm gonna do it. So all that's left to do is bid you farewell. Take care of yourself, take care of others. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you again real soon.
Woke up late again, same routine, no end, city noise, loud buzz, coffee spills, red buzz.